folks. My name's John Burchett, and I'm run our Google's policy operation in Latin America and in the Western Hemisphere. I don't have a PowerPoint. There's so much that is said in the last few speakers that I want to sort of incorporate, so I'm going to sort of wing it a little bit. Obviously, income inequality is a huge issue in Latin America. It's gotten better over the last 10 years, but with the challenges we face now economically with oil and commodity prices, we're going to have to do something pretty dramatic to avoid sliding backwards. One of the growing bright spots in Latin America right now is the growth of the digital economy. It's just the internet sector alone is about 2.5% of the GDP for Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina. And that doesn't even include the 75% of the economic value that the internet gives to traditional businesses that have become more efficient because they've been able to use the internet. Unfortunately, there's a huge digital divide, as a couple of the speakers before me spoke about. And I think one of the key things to remember about that is, unless you get the internet, you can say that we need apps, we need training, we need pairing with it. But if you don't have the platform of the internet, you get none of it. It's a base level requirement. So and we've got a long way to go. Internet penetration in Mexico is about 38%, 61% in Chile, the highest in the region. Paraguay, 27%. Honduras and El Salvador, about 20%. Compare that with the United States, which is about 81%. So there's definitely room. This is growing rapidly, but there's definitely room to go, and we've got to go quick. And internet connectivity makes a real economic impact for folks. Ecuador did a heavy push for broadband starting in around 2007, and they've went back and studied. And the people who got internet access within 2 years saw their income go up 10%. It just provides a whole lot of capabilities. The person who had Bogota up here, when you look at the cost of transactions when you live out in those areas that are hard to get to, even if you aren't in business on the internet, even if you aren't learning on the internet, if you can save yourself 2 hours a day from going online and talking to a doctor or to a government agency rather than going down and waiting in line, that's huge. So it's also really important for small businesses. I think that IDB estimates 65% of employees in Latin America are employed by micro enterprises. The vast majority of these micro enterprises have no internet are not on the internet at all, have no internet, no web presence. So what do we do about it? Google has a whole team of people, a large team of people that are really focused on innovative ways to bring the next billion people online. It's a huge endeavor. We tend to take things at scale with a little bit of audacity and maybe a hint of arrogance. But here's a couple of the things we're working on. One, we have a project on internet access called Project Loon, and it goes directly to the last mile question. It is a series of weather balloons that fly at 75,000 feet. So they're way above aircraft, so no one has to worry about that. And they beam down internet connectivity. And it solves, if this thing works, and we're piloting over Latin America, frankly, because the overflight rules are a lot simpler than they are over North Korea and China and other places like that. So we're starting in Latin America. And if this thing works, and we're getting really good signs so far, you could solve the last mile problem with doing no on-the-ground construction. You just would have to distribute a receiver to those folks. So it's never going to make sense to put fiber to that remote little village of 20 people. It just isn't. But if we can get 3G connectivity to those folks, those people are part of the overall world and have a chance. So that's one of our big plays on internet connectivity. On the small business side, we've teamed with the IDB on a program called Connect Americas to take Latin American small businesses and connect them globally with places where they might be able to export. And it's a platform that the IDB has set up with our technology, and they've had it up for about a year and a half, and they've got 31,000 businesses registered on it. They've had several 100,000 views from outside the region to go in and look and try to see if we can connect some of the small businesses and make them have the ability to grow beyond their neighborhood. And if you think about You know, when you walk through Latin American cities, or any cities, but particularly in the poor parts of Latin American cities, people need, and small businesses need an ability to get beyond their neighborhoods. So that's it. I was actually done right on time.